Well, hello there, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking to Bobby real quick about his questions that he has set out for me. So, Bobby, today, first tell me how you're doing.
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sir?
Great. Now, first off, we're going to start. What has been your favorite memory here at Washington State?
Well, my favorite memory here at Washington State was last year. It was my first year here because it was even though it's my junior year because I transferred. But it was the first home football game, and it was against Eastern. Even though we almost lost that game, the whole experience itself was very fun. We started off, believe it or not, our pregame for the game. We actually camped the night before outside the student gate, and we stayed there, and then we ran in, got the front row seats on the 50-yard line. They're very overrated, so I'd recommend not sitting there. But it was still a lot of fun. We were screaming loud the whole game, and as it turns out, a camera popped up on us that I did not realize during the game, and it was the Pac-12 network. And so now Ben and I are on the Pac-12 network, and so we see ourselves on a commercial on the Pac-12 network every once in a while.
That's very nice, very touching memory. Now let's move on. Now we've talked about this before, but you transferred because you used to go to Central. Why did you transfer, Bobby?
There are three reasons why I transferred, and I'll go from biggest reason to smallest reason. The first reason was because the programs that Central offered were just simply not up to par with the programs that Washington State had to offer. I wanted to be a sports broadcaster, and the programs that they offered at Central just were not up to par with what I was hoping for. So I realized that was not the place for me to be if I wanted to continue to pursue that field. The second reason is because of the culture of that school. It just did not fit right with me. I'm big on the whole college experience, and I feel like part of the college experience is staying for the weekends and hanging out with your friends that you'll have for the rest of your life. And if you're going home every other weekend like people do at Central, it kind of takes away from the experience. That's why UW is so pathetic, because everyone goes home every weekend, and it's not really a college experience. And then the third reason is because it's not like it was a deciding factor or anything, but the sports there were less than they just were less than up to par with my standards of what I expected for college sports. No one really cared. There wasn't very much advertising or marketing for the sports, so you never knew when things were going on unless you went out of your way to find out. So, and I'm obviously a big sports fan, and at Washington State, you can't walk anywhere or go on the computer at all without knowing when a sporting event is.
Absolutely. So with that being said, which do you prefer, WSU or Central?
They both have their benefits and their downfalls. I think the biggest downfall at WSU is probably the commute.
WSU, baby.
WSU, yeah. For me, the commute is really tough, but it's totally worth it. Another downfall of WSU is that the campus, I don't like the campus nearly as much as I like the campus at Central. It's still a great campus, but having the hills and everything and the buildings be, as disorganized as they are compared to Central, that's a little frustrating. But I will say the culture and community of Washington State is a lot tighter than it is at Central. And not to mention the Greek system at Washington State is amazing. And Central doesn't even have a Greek system.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you miss Central though?
I do at times. I'll be honest. There are times where honestly, most of the time it's when I'm walking to class, because at Central I had about a 5-minute walk to class my freshman and sophomore year, and it was all on a flat campus, and they'd have a lot more sun there than here. And when they had snow there, it was a lot easier to manage. It's not like I'm walking through a parking lots on Greek Road that are slanted where I'm slipping on ice or anything over there. I think I maybe slipped once at Central when there was snow there. I've probably slipped over 100 times since I've been here.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, we've kind of talked about this, but you were in a smaller environment in high school. So, what was it like being in a high school of 200 students?
It was very interesting because I went to a middle school with over 1,000 kids, and they and the school is just interesting because, I mean, it has its benefits and its downfalls. The benefits are it's a really tight community and everyone knows everyone. But at the same time, that's also a bad thing because if you want things, relationships between people not to be, open and out and obvious and all that kind of stuff, a small high school is not the place to be.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Bobby, what is your favorite time of the year?
Around the last week of August and the first few weeks of September, because that's when college football starts. It's still 80, 90 degrees around. WSU starting up classes again, and all the scenery that comes with the warm weather in Pullman. We're talking about like those golden wheat fields. Those always look nice. And
Oh, the scenery.
yes,
God, the scenery is good.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And then also just the time of year, it's great, and everything's starting up again. You see all your friends again.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, Bobby, if you could be anywhere, and I mean anywhere, where would you be, and why would you be there?
If I could be anywhere, I would be. This will sound really bad. I'd be at Six Flags in California, but this is just for right now. If it was football season, I'd want to be at a football game somewhere in the Pac-12 or in the SEC at a football stadium. But right now, it'd probably be Six Flags or a Mariners game. But I'll just say Six Flags because it's in California. It's away from Washington. I get too much of Washington during the year, and going to California is a really good escape from things. And going to Six Flags, you kind of just forget about all the things that are going on in your life, and you can just and the great thing about it is your only obligation while you're there is to just have fun, and that's something that's really great.
Well, nice, Bobby. This has been a terrific interview, and I've had an outstanding time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for the interview.